back to Real Talk. Today we're going to be talking about the hidden ceiling that high performers don't often talk about. Because when you're an agent and you're in the field and you're doing your thing and you start thinking, I can't work any harder, I can't do any more, that's a common thing that the agents find themselves in that situation. And we're going to break that down today because I think so often people think just because they're busy, it means they're growing. And those are not the same thing. Thoughts, what have you observed about this? I mean, it's rampant in our industry.
Well, typically when we start seeing these bottleneck situations, there's a couple of things missing that it can be their systems, how they've structured their systems with follow-up with their clients, again, systems, because what happens when you start becoming successful real quick, you start forgetting about the other clients.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the other clients, they start calling you get swamped.
Yeah. I think sometimes agents aren't prepared for success. And sometimes what you see is an agent that gets in the business and their systems and their structures, it functions well for the volume they have today. But to bet on yourself and anticipate growth and plan the framework around your business to support the future volume. I think that's the trick to it, is if you're in the business and you're going to go for it, bank on the fact that you're going to crush it. And so your systems better be ready to support you.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen that with a new agent that comes in. New agents come in, even experienced agents, they come in and then they all of a sudden they're whatever.
They're overwhelmed.
Yeah, whatever happened before.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they start getting on track and they start getting clients, and then they run into this problem they probably never faced was, I got a lot of deals going on.
Yeah. And there's things falling through the cracks and you can't let that happen.
And then that goes into the system. Okay, what can I do to improve my systems when it comes down to with my new clients?
Yeah.
So I don't leave them out, out to dry, because I need to do something with making sure that I'm able to serve them.
Yeah. And statistically, I forget, and you tell me because you know the number, but there's a certain percentage of agents that do not follow up with their former clients. And that is such a waste.
It's about 97% statistic, the stats that I've seen, unless they've changed, is about 97% of agents after 5 years do not follow up once they help their client purchase the home, and then just disappear because when they've asked these homeowners, who was your agent that helped? I don't know.
And that's senseless because, I mean, for one, every transaction you do should be expanding your sphere. 10% of your business every year should come from your sphere of influence. And it's a lot more costly to obtain a new client than to nurture an old one. And so you have a gold mine of people that you've already worked for. They already know you're wonderful. Yeah. They probably would work with you, but they forgot about you. And that's your fault. Well, it's not their job to follow up with you. Yeah. Check in on them. Those are people that you'd help them purchase a home, sell a home. And statistically, they would work with you again. If you were a pleasant realtor and you did your job, they probably would work with you again. So what a waste not to have systems in place that helps you follow up on the pipeline that you already have.
Sure. And so basically bullet point number one is having a strong CRM. So wherever brokerage or wherever you're at, just make sure they have a good system in place or a CRM. There's so many out there.
Whatever works for you works for you. It can be a StenoPad. It can be a spreadsheet.
It can be a spreadsheet. Yeah. Whatever works, just have a system that works for you.
Yeah.
That all their names are there, and you have when to call them, when to follow up, and what are the key moments in that person's life that you want to check in. Example, birthday. Example, when another example, when they purchase their home anniversary. The holidays is a great time to make sure you're following up with all your past clients. Let's see, the children.
You're just nurturing your
their
spirit.
Children. If there's a family, their children, like little key moments and milestones that you're always on top of. And sometimes if it's a StenoPad, sometimes it's a CRM, an Excel spreadsheet, it doesn't matter. As long as you have notes on your client, number one, to get that system down, is have a strong system to help you. Right.
Yeah. And you're maintaining quality relationships. I mean, that's ultimately what it is.
That's all you should.
Through whatever method is doable.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
It's quality relationship. Remember, you're not in the real estate business. I always tell all our agents, you're in the people business. In the relationship building business.
Yeah. Now I will say it's not a bad thing. Do what you can do, but always be willing to grow and learn, because there are limitations to what you can do with a steno pad and a spreadsheet. Like a CRM, I know there's a lot of technology out there, and I'm not saying that technology replaces the need for personal relationships, phone calls, handwritten notes. Like it's a people business, as he said. But a CRM that uses a little bit of technology, uses some automation, uses some AI, it can absolutely multiply your efforts, because you are one person. And if you're watching this and the title of this video resonated with you, you've hit a ceiling. And maybe that's because you need to make some adjustments in your processes to where you can produce more with not quite so much direct input from you personally.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
You can work smart. You're already working hard. Work smart
There's
too.
CRMs out there that can basically be your assistant if
Mm-hmm.
you program it, if you get help getting it situated, so you don't have to hire, because that would be step 2 at some point.
A
The first
TC,
person,
admin.
I always say the first person you hire in your business
Mm-hmm.
is an administrator.
Mm-hmm.
Before a transaction coordinator,
Somebody
you want
to be your right hand.
You want an administrator, but prior to that, before you get to that level, if you can have your CRM do a lot of your it can follow-up reminders, their tasks, and it just shoots you a text message, because some CRMs do that.
Mm-hmm.
That should be enough until you know that is no longer enough, and you need to
because that's sort of like that next step, and that's oftentimes where agents will come to us and say, okay, so I've kind of maxed out what I feel like I am capable of alone. What do I do now? We're like, okay, well, have we exhausted all the obvious avenues of how we can work more efficiently, work smarter, take control over our time? Then there comes in, what can I delegate? What is something that I can bring somebody in that's really good at that thing, and I trust them, and they're going to represent me and my brand well? That's the hard part, is finding good people. We understand that.
Yeah.
But to find somebody that, like you said, an admin, your right hand, somebody that can
that's going to be with you for the long haul.
Yeah, and take care of them. My goodness, like, your success and their success is tied together, you know, so it can be a very rewarding relationship. I mean, the synergy of having that support, 1 + 1 should equal 3. Like, it should be an investment that has a return. It helps them, it helps you, which means it helps both of you. So I feel like adding somebody on staff, sometimes that's how you work your way through that ceiling.
Sure.
You got to build a team.
Sure. Yeah,
and you're seeing that even more and more in our industry. Team structures do make a lot of sense in some cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of different roles to play.
Well, yeah, you're administrator, because your administrator is going to keep you on track, like me. Sometimes I forget certain things. And
Am I your administrator?
No, it's our administrator.
I keep him on track.
Besides you.
We have 3 other wonderful ladies at the office that keep us on track.
Keep us on track.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes we might forget this one item, and then there's
just
a nice reminder.
Just one item. That's all he forgets.
This one item that keeps, and then they kindly remind you, hey, you have this and that. I'm like, yeah, and then you just get to it, right?
Yeah.
So it does keep the business moving in the right direction.
Yeah. And can I just sympathize with all of you out there that you are probably very successful at your business because you care, and because attention to detail matters, and your standards are high, and you've been very successful, and that's wonderful. That's the exact attributes that's going to make it very difficult for you to delegate. I'm speaking from experience. It's hard to let go of things.
I've noticed for folks that care about their business, and we have a lot of agents, and yourself included, it's hard for you to let go. And I always say, let go and trust the other person that you're bringing on board, that they can handle it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of agents that I have, over the years, they're control freaks. They don't let go.
Understandably, you're an independent contractor, and it's a solo sport for a long time.
Yes. Yep.
And that's also kind of where it gets into lean into your network, like lean into your family. If you're part of a brokerage, and this is again where the culture of your brokerage is so important, that I know we preach on that a lot, but I feel like that's the soil in which you're planting yourself. Like, if it's awful, don't expect a lot of growth. Don't expect things to go smooth. It's like, go somewhere that has Miracle Grow around you. Like, people that are going to pour into you, people that are going to celebrate your success, give you cover in a tricky situation. And so I do think making sure you're with a brokerage that is serving you, not micromanaging you, not crippling you, not handcuffing you, somebody that's equipping you, supporting you, and promoting you. I
Right.
think that's
Right.
the core of it.
Yep.
Because you can absolutely level up, even as an individual high performer, with the right brokerage around you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's their job.
That's
I
right.
mean, it's a partnership. It's not
It
an
is.
employee-employer relationship.
It's
Your
a two-way
brokerage,
street.
yes, you're there as a partnership. And there should be expectations on both sides of that. And so that's very much how we look at our brokerage, is we need to be equipping our team to produce more with less stress.
Yeah. And
Because I want happy agents.
you have to.
You know,
I mean, we
it's
do we
stressful.
do the best that we can.
Yeah.
You know, but no brokerage out there is 100% perfect.
Yeah.
But we can always try to get there.
Yeah. And communicate what you need with your brokerage. I would just
Yeah.
say that too. You know, if you're not getting what you need, you know, ask for it.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to speak up,
Yeah.
you know? So I think that's a valid point too.
Well, yeah, because before you start thinking about, you know, I may want to go to a different brokerage, talk to your team leader, talk to your broker first, give them a chance
That's true.
to rectify any issues or concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, it's we talked about it, it's a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
That gives them the opportunity to correct
Mm-hmm.
and get you what you need.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now if something does not happen or change, then
Yeah. I think
Okay.
a lot of times it's too little, too late. Like it's, you know,
Yeah.
you know, I just think, and that gets into picking the right brokerage whenever you first get your license, you know, but if you look up and you look around you and think there's nobody here that I can look up to and say, this is the model I want to follow,
right.
go somewhere else. I mean, I'm like you, communicate with your broker, always make sure that you're open about what you need, but also be self-aware enough to realize at times that you're like, you know what, I have a lot of potential. I'm not growing here. I need to make a change. Because this business is expensive, and I don't care what state you're watching this from. I don't know what your dues are where you're sitting right now, but in North Carolina, I mean, it's not cheap to become a
No.
realtor, to stay a realtor. I mean, you can be an agent and you pay for the realtor, and that's a whole nother thing. So it can't be a hobby. You got to go for it. And
right.
I mean, if you're watching this video, if you search for this topic, you probably are a high performer, and you know that. So that's probably why you went for it.
Well, yeah, and then link in the comments if
Yeah.
you if this resonates, put in the comments below. Tell us your experience,
Mm-hmm.
and do you agree with what, you know? Give your broker a chance, or would you just go somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know.
Yeah.
You know, don't forget, like and subscribe.
And comment below too, how many years you've been in the business and what your perspective is on this, because I find this very interesting. Because one of the challenges I think in this business, and I've been in it for about 20 years now, is okay, how do you evolve with it? How do you stay in front of it? Because it's changing all around you, and I see across the horizon some that do change, some that don't. Inevitably, the ones that evolve with the industry, they continue to succeed. So I think if you're new in the business, prepare yourself. You may be riding this wave right now, but the best trait you can have as a realtor is to be adaptable and to evolve and to continue educating yourself, because the business is not what it was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and
No.
more and more is expected of us as
No.
agents.
Well, yeah, with
mean-
everything that's happened, but the big one in our next topic, let's talk about AI.
Mm-hmm.
AI is a big.
That's changed the
It's a
landscape.
juggernaut.
Yeah.
You know, for all industries.
Yeah. I think as long as agents look at it as a tool, it's not replacing you. And you can't trust it 100%. Like, you're responsible. You're licensed. You
Yeah.
have to make sure that what's coming out of your mouth is accurate. You cannot trust a bot for that.
Well, I mean, they're getting better and better every day, as we're seeing as this AI juggernaut is evolving. And going back to topic one about your administrator, or, you know, the help of a
Mhm.
CRM, now there's agents out there creating bots,
Mm-hmm.
the AI agents that
Mhm.
can now start doing administrative tasks that you can
Mhm.
have an administrator do.
Mm-hmm.
That will do it. And the difference is they're a lot less cost effective. I mean, not a lot less
A lot less
expensive
than an actual person.
than an actual person, right?
It can be a good segue into hiring a person.
Yeah, but
You know,
that
to
that works 24/7.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is a game changer.
Yeah.
For you control freaks out there that want to that if you become a master prompter and knowing how to set up AI agents, it can be very
Yeah.
very beneficial.
Agents for agents.
Agents,
That's
agents
what
for
it is.
agents, right? Well, the things that
Yeah.
we were saying, it's incredible,
Yeah, it's really,
right?
and I think there's, in this discussion, there's always the need to differentiate between AI use for realtors and AI use and access for the consumer. And I feel like it can be a tool for us as agents. I don't feel like it directly threatens us as an industry. And comment below with your thoughts on this. But the way I see it is AI can be a tremendous source of information for a consumer. Wonderful. But is it insight? Like, I feel like a licensed agent who knows the area, who has done real estate sales, who knows the forums, they know the local, there's a lot of nuances to this business that depends on where you're at and even in what side of town you're in, for zoning and rules and legalities. I'm not sure AI can handle all of that. I feel like that's where we really have to lead with value and make sure that we know what we're doing. And AI can be a tool, but it's not a replacement for the business.
The tool that most agents use it for is property description, social media posts, ChatGPT, Quad. That's basically where they're at right now.
Yeah.
And using it, right?
Yeah.
Creating images,
And use AI to audit your own business. I mean,
oh yeah,
you're on YouTube right now watching this and thinking, okay, I'm hitting a ceiling. I've been pretty successful. What's the next level for me? And we're talking through all of this. It can be a very useful tool to analyze your business. It's all based on data, guys. I mean, if you give it your metrics, your output's only as good as your input. So tell it what your day looks like. Ask it where you could increase efficiency. Where are you wasting time? Think of all the things you could delegate that you're still doing yourself, or things that could be automated, or things that are not necessary. And I think AI can point that out to us. So that's helpful. It can sort of be like a business consultant for you.
Yeah, it can. And then there's agents that have taken it to the next level of basically having an army of AI agents doing different tasks.
It can go crazy.
And that's a whole nother level. And that's where I think that most of the agents are not in that arena, is the AI agent in creating them and how the nuances to make that happen.
Yeah.
It's complex and it's got its way of how to navigate through that, like software, hardware, setting up extra computers to run Claude bots. And I mean, that's a whole nother
I think it's
level.
intimidating. I mean, it's almost like so much that it's intimidating.
It is.
For most. I mean, you think about it, we're real estate agents. That's my point, like I was getting at before. I feel like the expectation on what you're supposed to be able to do as an agent, it's not like you just write up a property description and put a sign in the yard.
Right.
It's now there's drones and there's videos and you're a marketing specialist and you got to be good on your SEO with Google and now you have to be able to build some infrastructure with AI to like run your business behind your business. Like the demands are insane, but there are more tools available to us than there ever was. But I would just say take a close look at it and evaluate your business because inevitably there will be somewhere that you can make improvements.
Yeah.
If you do 1% better every single day, think about, as we talked about, the compound effect and how that makes a big difference over time. Yeah. Even how you start your day. How much time do we spend on our phone scrolling and doom scrolling?
Doom scrolling?
He calls it doom scrolling.
Yeah. Well, let us know in the comments if you're using AI in your business and how that's
helped you. Yeah.
How's it helped your business? Have you seen improvement? Have you seen that it's done?
And how have you seen it also be a bad thing? I feel like there's some vulnerabilities to our business. People can trust it too much. It can say some weird stuff, and it's like, don't just copy and paste
hallucination.
that. Like it can get it wrong.
Yeah.
And you're responsible for, you type up a property description, you say it's got something, like you might be buying something if it's not there at closing.
Yeah, or the AI image editor.
Oh man, yeah.
And then it misrepresents the property.
Photos.
Property photos.
It can add things. Keep a watch on that.
Yeah.
And now, guys, I don't know about your MLS, but if you use AI to manipulate an image in any manner, you have to put something at the bottom of that as a disclaimer to the consumer as a material fact that this property has had AI applied to it to remove furniture, what have you,
Right.
But I know in our MLS and Canopy, you have to do that.
Yeah.
So that's worth noting too. But yeah, so it felt like a conversation worth having. And, we oftentimes talk about the early stages of your real estate business. And on this channel, like we talk about prospecting and lead generation and all the things. But some of you guys are kind of past that point and you're on the other end of the spectrum and you're saying, I feel things are bottlenecking around me. And I think that's a very common thing that a lot of agents find themselves in. And comment below with your thoughts on this. I mean, we love hearing. This is a channel for real estate professionals, new ones, experienced ones, retired ones. We just like to get that feedback because it's all very interesting. And we're all in the same boat. We're all in the different markets, but we are all in the same industry. It's very similar
and we're all
challenges.
navigating to this current market that we're in.
Yeah, which is also changing. So
just changing
the
every
moral
day.
of the story is in real estate, everything's always changing. So just roll with the punches.
That's it.
And do the best you can.
That is it.
Yeah. So, but I appreciate everybody joining us for Real Talk. And also, like, we'd love to hear from you guys on topics that you find relevant to our industry. This is just us talking, you know, it's our thoughts. It's just kind of off the hip. It's unscripted. You know, you may share in these opinions. You may disagree with these opinions. That's what they are. It's just a conversation. So we invite you to join in and like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can be a part of these discussions.
Yeah, and if you're out there looking in North Carolina and you're looking to eventually have a conversation with us and see if we can help your business,
Yeah,
you know,
it's true.
let us
That's
know.
what we do every day.
You know, our information's below, and obviously anybody out of state too.
Yeah.
We're open to those conversations as
Yeah,
well.
just want to be a resource. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.